What's going on, gangsters, and welcome back to the collection update. Yeah, I just did one of these, well, I guess about a week and a half ago, somewhere around there on Father's Day. I had some stuff. It's a Father's Day special, that one was. I got stuff for Father's Day and everything, so did that one. But I also have some stuff that I've been going to Larry's from Welcome Back Collectibles here the last few weeks, and I got a few things I showed off on Instagram already, but if you don't have my Instagram, then you didn't see it. So now, got to show you in a video. So first up are the VHS. And the first one I picked up from him is from the Classic Collection. This is the Universal, MCA Universal Collections. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. I don't have but a few of these. I think I got Dracula, Frankenstein, and I got 3 or 4. I can't remember exactly right off. But haven't seen this one, and I think there's like 30 altogether, or 35, something like that. But had to grab this one. I've never actually even seen this movie ever in my life, so it's really good shape. And I said, hey, most of this stuff is wrestling, but I've seen this and I wanted to get this. And like I said, most of this stuff's wrestling. This is a lot of this stuff is from the Attitude Era. Most memorable matches of 2000. Right there. I'm not real sure what year this is, but you can tell by the logo. No Way Out. Looks like Mick Foley and Triple H there. So it's all around, I guess, the late 90s, early 2000s, because it's got the WWF logo there. Survivor Series. I mean, he had a bunch of these on there, and I had to pick this up. This one's got some Kane versus Undertaker, and Stone Cold, and it's The Rock, and all of them from the late 90s, early 2000s, when wrestling was still really good. You can see the front of this one. This is King of the Ring. It's all the ones that I just talked about. Of course, Vince and Shane. Look at that dark hair. Nowadays, he's solid white and everything now. This is SummerSlam. This is the one they had Jesse Ventura was the referee. That's one that I haven't seen in a very long time. This one is a WrestleMania, I think, from 2000, I think it is. This is probably one of the few that they didn't actually number, I believe. But I'm not sure if I even seen this one or not. This is cool. This is Coliseum video. This is before the Attitude Era kind of started. And this is a Slammy Awards. I always wanted to see one of these. So, yeah, this has got all kinds of people in it. Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Undertaker, Flash Funk. Anybody remember Flash Funk? Yeah, Slammy Awards right there, baby. Also picked up this the other day. This is pre-Attitude Era. It's building up to it. 1995's King of the Ring. This was the other day when all that stuff I picked up a few weeks ago from him. But I went and grabbed this the other day when I was there. And this one's pretty cool too. This is WCW Slamboree Legends Reunion 1994. Got Vader and Sting there. And I'm not sure all the other matches in it. It's only about 100 minutes. So. And the last one is back from the Attitude Era. This is Rebellion. Never seen before in the USA. Of course, had The Rock on it, Trish Stratus and Lita and Kurt Angle. And when I seen it's never been seen in the USA or whatever, I picked it up. Now this one I picked up at a kind of like a peddler's mall, antiques slash whatever kind of thrift store type deal. Seen it in there before and passed on it. And then looked online and the DVD's kind of high, and I was like, you know, I need to get that. So when I went back to see Godzilla, I drove to Beckley with Rousey, watched Godzilla that day. We stopped by there, picked this up. It's called Hitman Hart Wrestling with Shadows. This is a really good documentary. It's near the end of his career in the WWF, around 97, leading up to I think it was Survivor Series when he took on Shawn Michaels, and of course he got screwed and everything. It also talks a lot about the rest of the family, the Hart family and everything. So really cool to have. I only paid like, I think it's like $2.50 for this. So yeah, and I think the DVD's like $60, $70. It's crazy. So I got this in case I ever do find the DVD cheap or whatever, and then I can have both, because I wouldn't get rid of the VHS. It's so damn cool to have. Now for this portion of the video, I slid the camera back so you can see what I'm about to show you, because it's pretty juicy. I picked this up at Welcome Back Collectibles off of Larry. You know I love Commando if you've been watching any length of time, and I have the smaller figure. I think it's around 6 or 7 inches. I think maybe somewhere around, I think it's around 6 or something. But now I got the big one. If y'all remember back in the 80s, oh yeah, this bad boy. Now I think he might be about a foot tall. This is Commando's John Matrix. This comes off his vest. He's got a knife here that comes out. And of course he's got his machine gun, and he's got his pistol down here. So yeah, this is really cool. Now the other one that I have, the little one, he didn't have his gun. I don't think he had his knife, or he didn't have his pistol or nothing, but he did have his vest and his pants, or the real cloth and everything. But this came out way back in, I think, 85, 86 when the movie came out. Never did have this as a kid, and I always wanted it, and got it from Larry. Check him out with that gun, gangster. But it looks a lot like Arnold. And no matter if they make newer figures and stuff nowadays, I think they redid Commando as NECA figures, I think did, which I'll probably get one of them eventually one day. But nothing beats the old classic stuff right here. And this was put out, I think, by Diamond Toys was the name of the company that put it out. So I'm very happy to put this in my collection. He stands right over in the corner next to the, where he kind of lean up against the big TV, showing his pistol out there, his machine gun. Well, actually, this is like an Uzi, I believe, but yeah, Commando, look at that. Now, one day I was on my lunch break, and there's a little antique store across the street from there, and I went in there to see what they had, and they had some cool little dudes. And if you remember my video, I think it was Flea Market Finds number 2. About a month ago, we went to a flea market and found some California raisins. Well, found some more. Found this little dude. He's the singer. This is the very first original 4 that came out at Hardee's back in the day. I think it was around 87 or 88, somewhere around there. But they had all 4 of these. There's the dude. He's a little dancer with shades. Another, he's just more like a dancer too. And the last one playing the saxophone. So that's the first 4 original, to my knowledge, I remember, of the California raisins that came out at Hardee's back in the day. And I had them back in the day, and I don't know whatever happened to them, but now got them again. Also got this Joker figure from Larry, and I'm not for sure. He said it was from the '89 movie. If you look at it closely, I can get it to come in focus. Maybe not. But he looks like Jack Nicholson in the face a little bit. So maybe I can do this and you can see him closer up. Focus, baby, focus. For some reason he don't want to focus. Or maybe it's just my eyes. Did he focus? I don't know. It's kind of early in the morning doing this video. But somebody told me if you get his face wet and stuff, it'll go back to like a regular skin tone or whatever. So, and it is from the '89 Batman. But I look up other '89 Batmans, and I didn't see this one, so I don't know how rare this is, because the other ones look more like cartoonish and everything. So, but this is pretty cool. I had to get it. I love the Joker and stuff. He's my favorite DC villain, and I had to pick up Joker when I see him. These last 2 things might surprise you, and it even surprised Larry when I told him I wanted them, and he was like, "You really want them?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want them." I can't remember. I think they were made in 80 or 81. I'm not sure the toy company right off, but if you know them, let me know. It's the Lone Ranger, and this is, I guess, about 3 3/4 or whatever, you know, back in the day the little figures was. And I also had to get, well, if I can get him up here, Tonto. So yeah, I got Tonto and the Lone Ranger from the 80s. Not just to have Tonto though. I got the old silver for Lone Ranger to ride on. Check him out. Never did have the horses back then. I don't remember. But I did have the figurines, and they have Zorro too. Now he had him the week before, and some guy came in and bought him. And I was like, damn, I really wanted Zorro too. And I think there was 3 other guys they had, like some bad guys or whatever. But if you like the Lone Ranger and stuff, this is really cool. And I also got Zorro, I mean not Zorro, I got Tonto's horse, and I'm not sure what his horse was called, or if he had a name or whatever. Probably did, but so yeah, I got them right there too. And like I said, they're made in the early 80s. And every time I get on video, my freaking nose itches. Well, it's mainly because of my whiskers and stuff here going up and hit my nose. But you don't want to hear about all that. But that's the VHSs and Commando figure and Raisins and the Lone Ranger and the Joker. It's a little bit of everything mixed in this one, collection update. And I hope everybody enjoyed all this stuff I showed off, especially my big Commando figure. I love him. He's sitting over our Gardner TV. Kind of Gardner TV, and he's next to the VHS tapes too, the horror tapes. But I didn't really want to put him up there because he's so damn big. I'm afraid he'd fall off or whatever on the big shelf. And if you noticed, I've took movies off them 2 rows and stacked my movies straight up and put my wrestling figures and stuff. But you'll see that in another video where I show it a little bit more in depth of that. Had to make some room, gangsters, because I'm running out of room here. And the VHS tower that I got from my wrestling tapes I only got room for 3 more now, so I got to slow down on that too. So, but anyway, that's the collection update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to comment, leave me a comment, leave me a like on this stuff. If you like any of this, or if you had any of this stuff back in the day when you was little, or you just want to talk wrestling or whatever, give me a comment, leave me a like. And if you ain't subscribed, what's wrong with you? You better subscribe, because you get a little bit of everything here. And Movie John Land here, I should call it. You get collection updates, you get vlogs, and you get all kinds of stuff. And yes, Hanging Out with Movie John vlogs are coming soon, July 15th. If you ain't seen the teaser already, it will be here in a few more weeks. Till next time, gangsters.